Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Hail Sports Cards. And today is the day. One of my first videos was me showing you guys what I was sitting a PSA back in December. And I finally got them back. And I'm super excited. I was going to do a surprise reveal and kind of, not look at the grades, but I couldn't help myself. I had to look. So I know what the grades are. We got 42 cards in here. There is some baseball, basketball, and football. They're not in any particular order. I just opened this up. So like I said, I peeked at all of them. So I pretty much know all of them, but I only looked like once. So it's kind of like a I know but I don't know thing. These all stacked up. While I'm doing this, remember, click down below on my Whatnot and my eBay. So that is where you will see some of this stuff. I mean, you're going to see most of it between those two places. So yeah, I've been trying to go live on Whatnot about twice a week. I'm trying to find a good, consistent time to do it. So I'll keep everyone posted on that. Right now, the best thing to do is just follow me, and then you'll kind of get the alert when I go live. And then obviously there's the eBay. Before I do this, another video that I want to show something off from is, if you guys watched my Topps Archives hobby box, I pulled, where is it at? This bad boy right here, Juan Soto Redemption Auto Premium Blue. It finally came in. I took it out of the crappy Topps thing. I don't know. They put the sticker on there. It blocks the card. I don't like it. Threw her in a one-touch. I was super stoked. This was probably the coolest card outside. It was between this and my Jordan Love Downtown. But for some reason, this one hit a little different. Most excited I've been on a rip. Like, this was awesome. And it finally came in the mail, and it does not disappoint. Juan Soto, blue foil in the archives, on card auto. This is the fan favorites, I believe. And then these are numbered out of 25. So, super cool card. I finally got it back. I wanted to be able to show y'all this. Another, if I have it, yes, another mail day that I was going to save, but I didn't do much else, is with my archives box, or not archives, Bowman U Sapphire. If you guys remember, or if you haven't seen that video, I got shorted an auto. So when I did so, I went through the whole process. I submitted it. That was like the day after Christmas, I recorded that video. And, all the videos I saw said, hey, it was going to take like a week or two and Topps would reach out. None of that happened. They literally around that time had something weird go on. Like, there's a thing on the website talking about an issue with the damaged or missing hits, the thing you kind of submit through. So it took a little bit longer, but they did right by me, I think. So here we go. Jordan James, Sapphire Auto, orange out of 25. It's not a first. It's not, or it is a first, sorry, but it's not one of the big QBs. But Jordan James is a good player. It's out of 25. He's going to get drafted this year, so we'll see how he does. He just ran a little slow at the combine, but I think he's going to be a beast. So out of 25, I thought that was cool. Like, I did not expect a low-numbered auto when I figured they just sent me like a blue base back that they had sitting around. But to get an orange 25 and a first, I thought that was cool. So I wanted to share that with you guys as well. So definitely a super fun kind of mail week. And let's get into this. So PSA Reveal, 42 cards. Before I sent these off, I did a video on the channel and I talked about it. So go back and watch that. First one on the top. So this was out of Phoenix this year. Jason Tatum blue out of 275. This is a PC card. It's a Tatum. I just thought blue laser. There's not going to be a lot of these graded. If it's worth enough, I'll sell it maybe. But it was a cool card. And that one got a 10. So I was super hyped on that one. I don't grade like PC stuff, but I thought that was a cool card. Here we got Jackson Churio. So Topps update. I ripped a ton of this stuff before I had the channel. Had this Churio holiday. It looked clean as can be, but we got a 9. This was my first time grading a ton of paper baseball, and you'll see why, but I don't know if I'm going to do that again. I think I have some more. There's a few more that are off right now, but we will see. Here is the Nikola Jokic Hoopla. So this was the red out of 199. That red seismic, they call it. Pulled this. This was my first video on the channel, I believe. I pulled this bad boy. I also pulled a Giannis case hit. Hypnotized, that's in another order that should be back any day now, but we'll see. And we got a 9 on this too. A little disappointing. That card once again looked super clean, but you know, PSA is getting harder. The centering might be a tick off, but I don't think it would be enough, and it's hard to tell on cards like that. So this is the one that I really wanted to see. It might even be the biggest card in here. So LeBron James out of Phoenix. This is the hieroglyphs. I mean, I believe these are case hints, pretty short printed. They're super sick looking cards. And I got an 8, and I do not know why. I'm going to look this one over. I just don't see anything. Like, there is nothing. Unless there's some centering that I couldn't tell. Maybe a corner. I don't know. I'm going to go back and look. But this might get cracked and resubmitted. LeBron case hit. Or at least super short print. Super sick card. I was pretty stoked when I pulled that. Here we go. A Shohei. So this is just the Royal Blue. The Royal Blue retail, which they actually got rid of this year in Series 1. Japanese home run record at an update. You know, color match Ohtani. I had to grade it, and that got a 10. So super stoked about that one. I imagine that card does okay, you know. Like I talk about, my goal is I use grading because I find it fun, and it kind of helps me break even with all the stuff I rip. So this is out of Mosaic 22-23. It's out of 99. It's the purple Stairmasters. I hit this in a break last year sometime and just kind of had it. Didn't know if it was worth getting graded because like these inserts and a 10, I don't even know how good they're going to do, but it's a numbered Jokic. It got a 10. You know, this is the kind of card that I'd hold on to for a little bit, even if it didn't do great. I love Jokic, so I don't mind grading some of his stuff as a risk. This guy, Trae Young. So this is out of Monopoly, out of 149. It is the pink. Trae Young, I think he still has a bit of a fan following. Maybe not as big as he once did. They're not a great team, but it's a numbered Trae Young, Prism Monopoly pink. It got a 10. I feel like should be able to get like a $50 out of that at the very least, right? Like that's usually my goal, even with cards like that that probably aren't a ton graded. It's like, do I think in a 10 it's at least worth 50, and maybe in a 9 I break even? If that's the answer, I'll send it off. Here's another guy. When the season started, he was hot. He's still doing pretty decent, but he's cooled off a little bit. The Raptors aren't great, but Grady Dick, this is the Seismic Prism. That one got a 9. Man, for some reason I thought when I looked this got a 10. See, like I glanced at them. I mainly wanted to see that LeBron and one other card in here, which is this one. We're going to save that. There's a couple cards I'm going to save to the end. So here is a Curry at a Monopoly at a 249. This is the brown parallel, which is, it's like doo-doo brown. It's not very appealing, but it is a numbered Curry, and it got a 9. Once again, I don't know, like, you know, I believe there's something on here. They wouldn't just give me a 9, but for the life of me, this card is so clean. So I don't know what it is, but got a 9 on the Curry. Here's one I've had forever. I pulled this when I got back into the hobby in 2020. Just never graded it for some reason. Tyrese Maxey, Teal Explosion. He was the guy when I first got back in, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm buying into breaks. And I was like, I need to figure out something to chase. You know, back then it was LaMelo and Ant. And, you know, Philly was cheap in breaks. Maxey was like the 20th pick in the first round. But I thought he had potential. He seemed like at least a fun guy that maybe could go on a streak of scoring. I didn't think he'd be this good. So I was like, okay, if I get his rookies and then they have Embiid and some other players, like, they're probably not a bad team to chase. So I've had this for a while, decided to finally grade it. And we got a 9. I'm not surprised. Like I said, this thing's been sitting for a couple, 4 years now, 5 years. So, but super cool card. Maxey's become a bona fide all-star. All right, one of my Wimbies, so the Wimby Tectonic. Pulled this. This was out of the hangers. I got a couple Wimbies in here that for some reason I just didn't send right away. I went on like a little dry spell with sending stuff off. But super cool one out of Select. Got a 9. So right now, the not 10 pile is kind of piling up. Here's one I took a risk on. Chet Holmgren. This is Phoenix. This is the Paragons, I believe. It's the orange cracked ice color match at a 249. You know, Chet's a guy a lot of people like. Color match is super cool with that cracked ice. It's numbered, so I took a shot. Got a 9. There's also a Shea in here. That same exact one. Here's another Wimby. Got quite a few Wimbies in here. This is the Purple Wave. I don't know why they call it just purple and not Purple Wave, but whatever. Out of Monopoly. That one got a 10, so that's a nice one. Very nice. All right, another Select Wimby. I ripped so much Select. It was, you know, if you guys know, you know, the megas, even the blasters and hangers, but the megas for this were amazing with the amount of numbered cards and stuff you got out of it. This was the green, white, purple, so it's not numbered. Just one of the colors they have. And got a 9. So Wimby Select's not doing good. This is one that, another one I took a risk on. Tom Brady Mosaic. You know, he's back in the news a lot more with all the Raiders stuff going on. He's a part owner since they have a bigger thing. You know, this has to be a collectible card to me, right? If you're a Brady or a Bucks fan, it's a Super Bowl MVP. I thought it'd be a super collectible card. This thing got an 8 for some reason. Once again, I don't know why, but it's also 22 Mosaic. I had it sitting here for a while. I kind of found it while digging around. You know, that one's less shocking to me than the LeBron one on the grade. Here we go, some more baseball. Paul Skeens on the black gold. Just a base black gold, but it's Skeens. I figured any Skeens in a 10 would do pretty good. Plus, like, the way the black and gold looks with the jerseys. Like, this is like a perfect little color match all around. But we got a 9. Shocking, right? Oh, more Topps paper. So this is the all-class blue of Jackson Churio. He's going to be a star. The blue all-class, I thought it's a parallel. This one was hard to tell. It was a risk. I got a 9. You know, it's not numbered or anything, but it is a, you know, any of you guys that rip Topps, the blue parallels of the inserts are a tougher hit than you'd think. Here's a fun one. I was hoping to get this. I was hoping I'd get this back like a couple weeks ago in time for the playoffs, and this guy would go on a run. He had a great season. James Cook. This is his green rookie prism. Another one I've had sitting around, and we got a 9. So that's a shame. I had I think it was a light blue one of these. I really wanted to send off, but I knew it wouldn't 10. Here we go. This is another risk I took. I didn't know what a PSA 10 Jalen Brunson Select would do. But the orange flash color match, the mezzanines came only out of like blasters. I thought maybe there'd be a bit of a market just because of the orange. People like color matches. He's in the New York jersey, but we got a 9. Here's one I threw in at the last minute. Xavier Isaac. So I was watching some stuff and saw that he was pretty high up on the prospect rankings. You know, there's a lot of talk that he's going to be up this year. So I thought, hey, I got one of his Mojo mega boxes. First, I'll send it in, and then maybe right around the time baseball starts, might be able to, you know, see a bump in his cards if he gets called up. But this got a 7. Like, I can't wait to try and figure it. There must be a surface issue I missed because of the mojo. Like, it's hard sometimes on these mojos and shimmers to see everything, but I don't know. All right, another LeBron. I've actually already sold this. Some of these I, you know, took the PSA pictures that they send you and threw them on eBay. I actually already sold this one, so I figured LeBron, insert, cool parallel, Phoenix. There aren't a lot of these graded. This one did get a 10. Literally sold that for $60, so nothing wrong with that. Wembanyama, red cracked ice. Really liked this one. The red cracked ice looks really good out of the target. And this one got a 10, so that was a good win right there. Those things are doing probably triple digits. I mean, it sucks that it took so long to come back that now he's out for the year, but I mean, if I have to, I'll hold for a little bit, but I think I'll still be able to get good market value. So here's the other orange ice Paragon. This one's Shea. Probably going to be the MVP. Thunder are killing it. He's killing it. Orange color match. And this one got a 10. So once again, this is another one of those where there aren't a lot graded. I have no idea what the comps are, but someone's going to see that and want it. Oh, another numbered Trae Young. So here's another one out of that select I had sitting around. That's at a 49. I honestly, for the longest time, because, where is it? Hold on. I'm going to show you guys, because I always find this hilarious. So we have, well, first I'll go ahead and show you guys. I got a 10. So 10 out of 49. So it's a short printed Trae Young. Should do okay. But look at these. Like, so you got teal, white, pink, and then green, white, purple. Why would you do that, Panini? Like the teal, the green, the pink, the purple, it is so hard to tell the difference. I thought for the longest time this was just a green, white, purple. And one day I happened to notice it was numbered. But like, you couldn't have any sort of other combination there. Like, they look exactly the same. So that's got to kill the value of these, right? Like, that's just my assumption. And it bugs me, but I digress. Here's a fun one, Jackson Merrill. So like I said at the time, I don't know about the debuts. They seemed like they're probably riskier than the true, but I was going to give it a whirl. And this one got a 10. So X-Fractor. Everyone loves an X-Fractor. Jackson Merrill, good player. That should be a good one. Here's another one I already sold. Jahmyr Gibbs on the red, white, and blue. He just had a fantastic season. He's one of the guys that people are talking about running backs and get drafted in the first round again, and running backs have value. It's because the Lions took this guy early, and it's paying off. So he's got a pretty good market, and that one got a 10. So the 10s are catching back up to the 9s. Evan Carter. So this is Gladiators of the Diamond, but it's a mini diamond out of 150. Pulled this out of the first Bowman draft I did on the channel. It was actually a pretty sick box. I had a case hit out of that too. You know, Evan Carter, he should be back and healthy this year. So the hopes are, and plus it's just a sick card. The Gladiators of the Diamond plus the mini diamond. I love these cards. It got a 10. So we have caught back up to the 9s. Here we go, another James Cook I sent. So this is the True Silver. Super clean. Love the True Silvers, man. The way they shine, there's just nothing better. Prism True Silver is the rookie card of someone in football. I think even in basketball too. And that one got a 10. So if I was going to get a 10 on one and a 9 on the other, I am glad the silver got a 10. Here we go, another Tom Brady. So this is another Super Bowl MVP. This time it was the Pats jersey. Mosaic parallel, once again, seemed like it was worth the risk. And it got a 10. I mean, a PSA 10 Brady, especially like a Super Bowl MVP and a product like Mosaic, I think it's worth sending off. So here we go. This is the true rookie of Jackson Holiday. This is not the debut. X-Fractor, out of update. Super clean. Jackson Holiday should be a little bit better this year than he was, and we got a 9. So Paul Skeens on the Holiday. This is not the debut. This is the regular rookie, the true rookie. It's just a Holiday, but it was super clean. So I sent it in, got a 9. That's okay. The 9s have caught back up. Colt Keith on the Jack-O-Lantern. Not the biggest of the rookies, but the Jack-O-Lanterns are shorter printed. So I figured, why not? Give it a whirl. And we got another 9. You're seeing why I said, I don't know how much paper I'd send in nowadays. And that'll continue with a few more cards. 2024. So this is 1 out of 2024. So it's an eBay 101, as it is. Colt Keith debut. So it is the gold. You know, it being the gold, you kind of get a decent little color match there. I just thought it looked good. It was 1 out of 2024, and it got a 9 because it's Topps paper, which I didn't realize how hard it was to grade. I've graded a little bit of it, but not this much before, and it's crushing me out of update. Colt Keith X-Fractor, true rookie. Once again, it's a true rookie X-Fractor, a pretty good rookie. It got a 10. So I'm glad that Keith got a 10. That's a pretty big one. We're going to save that. Save that one. I'm trying to look at the back to at least try to remember what the grades were. I think that's just where we're going. We'll have those 3 off to the side. Oops. Well, showed that one. But here's another Colt Keith. So this is the Ray Wave Refractor. I don't know why I can never say that. I want to say like Ray Wave Refractor. Mouthful. It's a debut, but in the refractor, I thought it looked really good. Figured that was another debut. I'd give a whirl. So I went, the Colt Keith paper got 9. The chromes got 10s. Shocking. Ellie let him cook. I like these inserts. It's an Ellie rookie. Figured you couldn't go wrong. And we got a 10. So we finally got a 10 on something that was Topps paper. Love to see a 10 on an Ellie. So then we have the Ray Wave Refractor of Jackson Holiday. Once again, it's a debut, but with the Ray Wave and it being Jackson Holiday, I thought it was worth the risk, and it got a 9. Heston Kierstad. Probably the worst, or not the worst, but the worst market of the rookies I sent in. But the greens are numbered out of, you know, 499. It's a lower numbered parallel for Topps. I got a weird feeling he gets traded because their outfield's so crowded, and ends up somewhere just jacking bombs. So I could just see that happening. And we got a 9. You know why? Because it's Topps update paper. I don't know why. I can't fully explain it, but it crushed me. Here we got it black gold of Ellie. You know, everyone loves these inserts, and it's Ellie rookie. So I figured, let's give it a shot. And a 9. You guys are seeing a trend. All right, veteran combos. So I probably should have looked this up before I even sent it. For all I know, this is a $10 card. But, you know, it was the yellow. It's got Skeens in it in his rookie year. I thought it's got to be worth something, right? Like I should be able to get some sort of return on this. And it got a 10, luckily. So we got a 10 on a Skeens out of a paper card. And here's another one, same thought, right? And then they ended up winning the World Series. Or maybe they'd already won the World Series. I don't know. This is back in December. I don't know when they play the World Series. But Shohei and Yamamoto on the yellow. Just, I had to give it a whirl, right? And we got a 10. So what are we learning here? Grade the yellows. Grade the yellows. All right. Then coming down here, we have the Ray Wave Refractor of Pete Crow. Another debut. All the Ray Waves were debuts for some reason. But I think Pete Crow has a pretty good following. And we got a 10. All right, last 3. This one I don't know why I saved for the end. I just like the card. Mike Trout. So this is Stratospheric Stars out of Topps Chrome update. I don't believe it's a case hidden update. I think it's just a little short printed, when in regular, not Chrome, it is a case hit. But it's Mike Trout. He'll be back this year. Everyone's going to love him because he's Mike Trout. And that got a 10. Paul Skeens. So it's a debut, but it's still a Skeens rookie. It's an X-Fractor. I actually like this pose better than his base. You know, just personally if I was a Skeens collector. And we got a 10 on the Skeens, so that was a nice one to get a 10 on. And then this card, this is probably one of the cooler cards in the whole lot. So this is Monopoly out of 15. Cam Whitmore. The Rockets have been on a run. He's still not getting a ton of playing time compared to some of the other guys, but he's a dude that either gets traded here soon or like he's just got too much talent to not make it. The Boardwalk Blue out of 15, and we got a 10. I was very happy with that. I have zero idea what something like this is even worth, but something that short printed of a rookie who I think is going to be super exciting in his career, I will take it. So there she does it. And if you take a look here, if I put those on top of there, it looks to me like I got one more 10 than I did everything else. So over 50% gem rate. I feel like my submissions before, while I haven't done a ton, I've always done better than that. But it happens. I'll still take it. I've seen a lot of videos of guys doing what I feel like's a lot worse. So we'll see how my next submission goes. Like I said, I should have my second PSA and that SGC. The SGC submission's oddly like we're almost a month into it, and they haven't even started grading it yet from what I can tell, which is very weird for SGC. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's because I sent so many weird Leaf and wild card cards, they don't know what to do with them. But we'll see if that experiment pays off. Like, subscribe, check down on the eBay and whatnot. If you guys like any of these cards, they will be there on one of those two, probably both. Or just shoot me a message if there's something you guys see on the video that you like. Let me know what you guys think, and have a good one.